Premier Doug Ford spent a great deal of time today actually speaking on behalf of all of Canada rather than focusing on his job as Premier of Ontario. All this in a response to President-elect Donald Trump's continued call to make Canada a 51st state.
Our country's not for sale. It will never be for sale. But I think we work together, have an incredible trade deal.
With the Darlington Energy Complex as a backdrop, Premier Ford took on more power himself, once again talking about what he calls Fortress AmCan. It's his effort to try and build up a partnership with the U.S. before Trump's inauguration in less than 2 weeks, and while there's instability in Ottawa.
There's a lack of leadership right now at the federal government, and someone has to stand up for Ontario, someone has to stand up for Canada. And I want to congratulate all the premiers because they're doing the exact same thing as what I'm doing.
Last month, Ford warned Trump that power would be cut off from northern states if 25% tariffs were put on Canadian imports. Now, the province is planning on more electricity and energy supply in an effort to share more with American counterparts. In addition, an announcement this week to beef up border security.
It's like he's trying to charm offensive. He's trying to suck up. And at the same time, he says he's standing up over here. Well, Premier, you can't say you want stability, the same thing. You can't suck and blow at the same time.
The messages come on the heels of Trump once again implying that the U.S. should essentially annex Canada as a separate state by using economic force.
Why are we supporting a country, $200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state.
Ford also making an effort to correct the president-elect's comments that the U.S. doesn't need Canada's imports, referencing the auto industry and the need to work both ways across the border.
I'm always concerned when a president of the most powerful country in the world says these statements, but that's not going to happen, and we're going to make sure that we work collaboratively, side by side, with elected officials.
Later in the day, Premier Ford actually meeting with other premiers from across the country in advance of a meeting with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Minister Dominic LeBlanc in Ottawa next Wednesday. He said he plans on holding their feet to the fire, make sure there's a unified voice coming from Canada before everyone takes to Washington for a meeting next month. At this point, no word on possible counter tariffs. He said it wouldn't be strategic to bring up anything at this time. Mark McAllister, City News.